Well, friends, we're probably going to run out of tape here. I see it's down to less than 20 minutes on the available space. I don't know how I missed that. It's freezing cold. It's like 16 degrees. But guess what? The cows don't care. They still want to eat. So we're going to have to get working right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This is the John Deere 2020. Grandpa bought new. We've done a bunch to it this winter, just making little things more better. Last time we swapped this in, and she's still dry, so good deal. That was a very annoying problem that was bothering me every time I saw it. And I've got more to do to it, which we will have to do later on because I don't have the piece yet. I ordered it. But I don't think that would be enough of a video on its own, maybe. But so I thought I'd film the intro now, but I'm going to use it, and we're going to go out and put out another bale. It's windy and cold and miserable, but we still got to work, so that's how she goes. Let's hope that it will run, because it is it's getting down to the temperatures where stuff doesn't like to run. So beautiful. Usually if you oh no, now I bragged it up and it quit. Yeah. Usually if you use it fairly regularly, it will start easy. Better than if you have left it sit for a month and then try to use it. So, anywho, it is refreezing, so everything is rough as can be, and all the places are slick as glass because they have, yeah, ice on top of it. So I'm sure this will be a thrilling experience. And you probably won't even get to see it because we're probably going to run out of tape. Yeah, we're already spinning. This is the kind of weather that makes you wonder why you do this. It's cold. Well, sure. All right, you baby dolls, please back up. Do not pass go. Do not attempt to escape. I don't need that. Happy thoughts. I think we can do this. No, get in there. Get. Move it. Hey. Hey. Asserting his dominance. Wow. That wind is brutal. Jeez. Move it. Come on. Move it. Donkey, get back in there. Sorry, buddy. You gotta go. Let's get back to the shed and then get back to the house. That sounds like a plan. Well, Buddy the dog, what are you doing, pal? I don't know how you're always happy in this freezing cold tundra. I don't know what the temperature is now, but earlier it was 9 degrees. So it's probably a steamy 12 by now. But here in the Super Cheap Super Duty is a box. And in this box, Buddy the dog, is something that we're going to put on this John Deere. Kind of round out this whole video. So we'll get down there to it. Now the trick here is, don't fall and bust my Knutson, because that stuff is slick. All the times it's melted and refroze and melted and refroze. So you best be careful. All right. So if I can get around here, I guess probably we will go back and forth. But what I'm after is this seat. Years ago, I painted this tractor, which has since not adhering very well, but that's life. When you're learning to paint as a kid, you're not always the best at it. And so what happened was, I painted the tractor for him because I had just got the hydraulic pump fixed and it was usable again, because there was a stretch after it was overhauled that the hydraulics quit working, and he just gave up and parked it. Actually, yeah, that's what it was, because the hydraulic pump at the time was super expensive. It was like $1,500 or close to, maybe it was $1,700, I don't know. But it was super expensive at the time. And so he bought a hydraulic pump, and I got that put in and the hydraulics working. And while I was doing that, I went ahead and painted it. And one of the things I did was put on this new seat. And this is not the right seat, but this is the only seat that I could get at the time. This was like the farm store variety of seat, and it wasn't like the original, but I didn't have any more choices. And immediately after putting it on, I realized we didn't really like it. And one of the reasons is it's way too thick here. And you're gonna say, well, it's super comfortable then. No, it's not right. Before that, we never ever had to raise the seat up. You could get on the tractor just like this, sit in it, and everything was right. With this, you can't. You have to always be moving it up and down. Another thing, it didn't have this wraparound style back, and I don't like it because it squeezes me pretty tight. And then when I put it on, it didn't have any brackets, and Grandpa made these. He said, we're going to tear those off if we don't do something. So he made a couple flat plates to go in there. But like I said, at the time, there was no choice. This was the only thing I could get. And I think this is technically called the deluxe style seat. If you had ordered this tractor with the deluxe seat, you would have got this. But the tractor had something different. And the other day I was searching on the old internet, and I found the right thing. And so I priced it, and then I talked to the Deere dealer, and their price was the same as the internet price, which is kind of unusual. So I said, just get me one. It's super slick in this plastic with the glove, but it's different, and it should be more comfortable. Here you can see the difference in the back. The things, the little armrest things or whatever, they don't go nearly as far around, and so that should help. And then the seat is not as thick, and it's kind of wedge shaped, so it should fit back in there more better. It should go on that bottom piece better than this. Now that is only in theory. In practice, we know that life is full of sadness, and it never goes our way. Also, consequently, you would think that they could provide you with some hardware, but they don't. So I have to remember how in the world this seat went on. If it's got 5/16 bolts in it, and the new one takes 3/8, and is there just two there, or is there a third one back here? Boy, it's hard to do this all wrapped up in a coat. I think there's just two on the front, and yeah, and this is the kind of thing where you ain't getting no ratcheting wrench in. you ain't getting nothing in but a regular old wrench, because you're going to get the ratcheting wrench trapped, and some places you don't have room for the thickness of the head. So I'm going to grab a 1/2-inch wrench and we'll start taking her loose and see if we can't make the swap here. And if we can't, then we're going to be in trouble, because we're going to have to use this here in a little bit. All right, friends, this is more miserable than I remember. You can't get in there with much of anything. And you're going to say, well, just take this out. Yeah, right. That is a pain in the behind. I had that out once when I put that shock absorber in there, and that is not a good time. If you ever have to replace the shock absorber, buy the one that comes complete, because if you try to take that spring off, it is miserable. So I'm going to just see what I can accomplish here, and it ain't going to be much. I don't know why either, because I shouldn't. Oh, did that help? Well, that helped me, maybe, to see it. The bottom is going to be no problem. It's just going to be this top. For some reason, I am not having any luck getting a wrench in there, and I don't remember how I did that. It was probably a lot different when the bolts are nice and shiny, wasn't it? See, there I'm against that spring almost immediately. So I kind of got to use the open end. And that's kind of bad, friends, and you're going to say, penetrating oil. Where is the penetrating oil going to go? Penetrating oil spraying on that is going to do absolutely nothing. It's not going to be able to get in anywhere it needs to go. So just shut up about that, because it's not going to work. It almost looks to me like it's been mangled. Like, has it been into that spring? And the spring has... Well, sadly, I don't know that this is going to be a today project, because it's not... I hope that was it moving and not rounding off. It is. Okay. So the next thing is going to be, I bet what I need to do next is take off his side pieces, because I bet you that I'm going to have to keep this back, keep like pushing it forward as I go. This is terrible. Oh, why is it fighting me so much? I thought this would be an easy, quick project. I need to just take a wrench and bend it, I guess, and make me an extreme bend wrench, and it would probably work fine. Now that's there. Good, I think that one moved too. I can't imagine why this won't work. It was only like 25 years ago I put this on. It should come off like yesterday. I think the tool shrunk in the cold. I know that's going to come off now. I can turn it, and one way or the other it's going to come off. So let's set ourselves up for easier by going ahead and taking these loose. winter. It just makes everything so much better. Winter, it does a body good. Not so much. 12 degrees outside and this idiot's putting a seat on. Stupid. Okay, there's two. Up to the other side, and I think I'll be able to take the, well, in theory, and you're gonna say, why don't you go out and pull it outside so you can get easier access? Well, I kind of feel like being in the wind block is more comfortable than that thing, so sure. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this side of the bottom is totally loose. I'm gonna have to go to the other side now and work on that. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Well, I got all the bolts out, and no wonder I was having trouble. They're metric bolts. So apparently that seat had come with stuff. But we should be able to just lift that right out of there. Right there. And if we're lucky, our new one will go on there just as nice as you please. However, we're going to have to first probably hunt up some hardware because, like I said, I'm pretty sure this one takes 3/8. As soon as I get it pulled out of the bag. But that's going to go up there like that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's 3/8. So let me hunt some up and I'll bring you back. Oh, friends, I got it. And how nice it was that you could put stuff in the factory holes. And you're going to say, well, you just screwed up because that other seat was probably more comfortable. Well, it might have been more cushiony, but it wasn't more comfortable because I bet I got this much more clearance here now since it tucks all the way into that bar. And then these things aren't squeezing you when you try to get in. So right now the seat is down, and look at that. I can get on it again, just like before. Of course, today's not a good example because of my humongous coat. But yeah, that tucks me right in, just like it used to be. I'm so big though that a lot of times I'll run it with the seat up in the air. But no, I think on a nice day when you're not wearing a coat and you get back down in here real good, yeah, I think we'll have us something. So that's pretty sweet, really. I mean, the seat suspension probably isn't the best anymore. I did put that new shock absorber thing on because it was broke. But I mean, I probably should see if I can get some bushings in that or something and tighten it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think we definitely helped ourselves. The other one, since it was tall, I'm trying to think about that. I don't think the steering wheel was quite in my gut because it was more like it was underneath it. I don't know how to describe that, but when I drove it when I was little, I could drive it like that, no problem. And Grandpa was really thin a lot of his life, so he could do it. But for me, my legs are long and I'm so big around that I kind of got to go all the way up. And looking at it now, which I never realized, I don't know how I never realized that, but there is sliding adjustment. So I might slide her back a little bit, and then that'll fix that problem too. And then it'll be adjusted for me because I'm basically the only one who's going to use it from now on. So, but I'm super pumped that it's finally the way that it's supposed to be. And I mean, yeah, just little things in life, you know, that make it easier. So I guess we're going to leave this one here. I'm going to get a wrench and try to pull that back just a little bit, and I think that'll finally make my life better. I don't know how I never knew that that existed, but it does. So maybe I wasn't allowed to adjust it because it was set for the main driver, which wasn't me until now. So yeah, we're going to call this one here. I guess before anybody else asks, that seat was like $320, and all the internet prices were the same. So I just talked to the dealer, and they said, we got one at another store. We'll transfer it here and have it in a day. So that's what I did. But much more better, much cleaner look. If it was supposed to have braces on here, this one never did. I mean, I never took anything off of it. It didn't have any. So I might have to look in the parts book again and see, but I don't think that there was. I mean, from new on this one. Now, maybe it was supposed to and it never happened. Maybe they took it off when they put, that could be, they could have taken that brace off when they put the ROPS on and wanted you to be able to get the seatbelt around yourself. I don't know. But that's a lot better, and I like it much more. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.